Growing up, I enjoyed much of my time playing in the forests, rivers, and plains. I remember the night that my mother and two younger siblings boarded a bus to leave our small town and immigrate up north to the United States. Stepping into that bus, I heard my dog barking and crying on the floor, as if he knew that I was never to see him again.
I gotta have the one agent here if you guys want to move back a little bit. That way we don't.
Oh yeah, so you just go back a little bit. They gotta be there, right?
We migrated to California when I was 6 years old, leaving everyone and everything I knew in order to pursue the American dream, or what we called el sueño americano. I didn't know what el sueño americano was, or how I was going to achieve it, but I knew that it supposedly meant a better life. Yet when I arrived in California, I was greeted with coldness and seen as different. I was unwelcomed in a country that was supposed to help me achieve the famous sueño americano.
My Spanish literacy is like a snail. It is calm, alert, always ready to listen and interpret. The second someone asks me a question or expects a reply in Spanish, I recoil promptly into my shell, reaching back, picking the words and verb conjugations I need from the edges and corners of my shell, eventually to return out to my environment, all too late to respond. But the truth is, my language border has a wall that moves up and down to levels I can jump over at some points. With my parents, fine, but in public I am paralyzed. The border wall is high and I watch it sail to the heavens and pray to everything that I can run away from this exchange before the other person assumes I am a pocha, void of appreciation of my heritage because my Spanish is a shy snail.
My parents grew up in Beirut because my great-grandparents were survivors of the Armenian genocide, and my great-grandparents escaped to what used to be Palestine and now Lebanon. There they settled in an Armenian ghetto where my grandmother, who is now 91 years old, still lives today. My dad was the first of a family of 9 to move to the States for school and work. My mom and her family came to the States for work after she just missed a bus from school that was bombed during the Lebanese Civil War. It is no question that the past 3 generations of both sides of my family have simply spent time fleeing either genocide or war, and are very familiar with crossing borders and feeling like the minority.
Language is the most profound border in my life that keeps me sectioned off from groups that share my experiences, my interests, and my values. I lie in an awkward borderland, a feminist Latinx woman who embraces the beauty of her culture, but is closed off from a fundamental detail: language.
The border has always been something that continuously separates my family and I from physically being able to hold each other again. Birthdays, weddings, graduations, and even births of new nephews and nieces, all missed out on because of this border that literally cut off all connection we had with them. It was difficult at first because there wasn't much we could do, but I do thank God that now I'm able to see them when I please.
Immigrating at such a young age impacted my life at such a profound level because growing up I never really had a place I could truly call my home. Sure, I lived in California, but my roots were in Mexico. The moment I crossed that border between Mexico and the United States, I lost my sense of belonging. I became an alien in a country that tried to strip me of my culture and my identity. I remember that growing up, I was ashamed of who I was. I was ashamed of my dark skin, my accent, and everything that allowed people to perceive me as an outsider.
My first trek into the desert to place water jugs was an eye-opening experience. Not only did I get to see over 100 people give their time to making our border a safer place, but I encountered remnants of individuals who would risk their lives to get to the other side. Ripped shirts that had been adhered to rocks because of the blistering winds. A lost shoe. A backpack buried in the sand.
Gracias. Aquí vamos a estar. Aquí voy a estar con el agente Olmos de la patrulla fronteriza. Él habla español también. Para que si quieren hacerle preguntas se puedan acercar ya.